Welcome to another episode of our live stream, My Journey to the Trinity. My name is Husein. Happy to be with you. Happy you could be with me. And been listening to a lot about Zut today. It's like everybody was talking about it today. And so I was thinking, you know what? I should do something about Zut. I haven't done anything well, I did a long time ago, but I haven't done anything recently. Um, So, hello, God bless you, Abla, Lord bless you. And so I was just going to do a little bit of Arabic lessons, and there's, I wanted to look at, hello, Marion, God bless you. Look at the Hadith actually. Now I'm going to look at the Jami' al-Tirmidhi. Now this is the worst one, but there's this story is told in others as well, not just in Tirmidhi, but this is the one. If you watched Hamza and the cowboy guy, let me see if they got that. Let me see if I got Hamza and the cowboy, Muslim cowboy, and they were talking about this topic, and I think, is this it? They went to Mecca or something, or they went to Mecca and they were talking about Muhammad's encounters in the desert, and so and they were talking about this particular telling of the story of the Zut situation. Okay, so I'm just going to look at this, and it's crazy, but let's just look at it together here. And I want to look at the Arabic. Okay, so Ibn Mas'ud said Muhammad performed Isha, and then he turned and took the hand of Abdullah bin Mas'ud until he went with him to the wide valley of Mecca. Yeah, boy, yeah. So this was in Mecca. Mecca. I'll see what it says in Arabic. Mecca, yeah. In Arabic, it's Mecca, which is the holy city, supposedly. So this happened in the valley of Mecca? Dang. What other kind of demons are hanging out over there, man? Shapers. He sat him down and drew a line around him. فأجلسه ثم خط عليه. Okay. خطا ثم قال لا تبرحن خطك فإنه سينتهي إليك رجال فلا تكلمهم فإنهم لا يكلمونك. Okay, it says, do not go beyond your line, for indeed there shall come some men to you, but do not speak to them, for they shall not speak to you. You know, I got so many questions about this right here, you guys. There's so many questions about this. First of all, Muhammad did what is he took Abdullah bin Mas'ud. Abdullah bin Mas'ud was like his top Quran scribe. Muhammad, the number one person, Muhammad said, take your Quran from him, is Abdullah bin Mas'ud. Okay? This is the number one guy. Even though they didn't do that, Muslims did not obey Muhammad, like they never obeyed Muhammad, but fortunately. But, you know, they did not take Abdullah bin Mas'ud's Quran. They took Uthman's Quran, one of the many Uthmani Qurans. Okay, so they did not take Abdullah bin Mas'ud's Quran. They even beat Abdullah bin Mas'ud because he wouldn't accept their revised Quran. Abdullah bin Mas'ud's Quran is probably the one that said that Jesus Christ is the Son of God who died on the cross and rose again after 3 days. Okay, but we don't know. But okay. But we do know that he did not have Surah 1 or Surah 113 or Surah 114 in his Quran. He said these are not parts of the Quran. So, and anyway, regardless, he's the number one reciter of Quran for Muhammad. Number one guy. And so he does his night prayer, and then he takes Abdullah bin Mas'ud with him to the desert. Okay? And went with him to a wide valley of Mecca and sat him down and drew a line around him. Okay, now there's in some of the versions of this, it actually draws a circle around him. And you know that this was a common practice of the not the Sabians, of the Yazidis. There's a common practice of the Yazidis who worship Satan. And what they do is they draw a circle around you and they tell you stay inside the circle and then Satan can't get to you. So Muhammad knew about this satanic practice. He knew about this satanic practice of drawing the circle around the guy to protect him from Satan, to protect him from the demons. He knew about this. It's like, and Muhammad knew that these things, whatever they were, sometimes they're called men, sometimes they're called jinn. Men or jinn. He knew they were going to come out that night. He knew that they were waiting for him that night, which means he had some kind of communication with these things. He had some kind of communication with these things. And it wasn't just one, it was like 30 of these guys. And so he went out to the desert to meet these guys. And I know you guys have all heard this, so let me see if I could find this cowboy Zut. See if they find the. Okay, here's. I know that David Wood did something about this, and let's just look a little bit about what these guys said here. Been through the desert on a horse with no name. Felt good to be rid. No, I'm just kidding. In the desert, you can't remember your name. Okay, let's just look a little bit at these guys. These guys, they're a joke. They're a total joke.
So we was thinking about what we can talk about today, whether or not it's advice or some lessons, and what we thought.
Yeah, morning. Good.
And he's like, the derogatory manner that they do it to a studio. We looked around and we thought, Allah Akbar.
The green screen guys behind us.
So let's do it. So, all right. So the topic of discussion today that I want to speak to Brendan about, because he's got the expertise to understand and break it down. And so whenever you hear this stupid argument presented by these missionaries in the derogatory manner that they do it, you'll be able to put them.
There's no other way to talk about this thing.
In their place. Okay. So the argument is this idea about azut. You must have heard it. You always see a snidey comment about it. Okay. So this is the claim by missionaries. The Prophet Muhammad SAW went into the desert and he was, I will say, essayed by some random men.
Before long, our narrator saw a group of men. He does not specify how many.
They've got this sickness about them. And thus,
what was the understanding of the Sahaba who, if you don't have the means, you still do what you have the best of ability of.
Yes.
And even if that's just your hands and you're going up with someone with a sword, you names because they don't deserve getting any attention. And he said, I have seen them since last night. Then he entered within my line. He put his head on my thigh and he slept. Then
861. Okay. So let's go back. They're I know you guys have seen this already, and I don't want to seen it so many times, but let's just go to Jammer Tirmidhi, just because I'm interested in looking at the Arabic and the English. There's some words in the Arabic. This stream is about lessons of Arabic. But I just wanted to say one thing. Muhammad knew that these demons, or whatever they were waiting for him. He knew where to go meet them. He knew what they would do to Abdullah bin Mas'ud. He knew what they are going to do to him. He knew how to deal with these guys, these things. He interacted with them as if he had done it before. And I'll just tell you, there is what's called the night of the jinn. There's another situation called the night of the jinn, when he was out camping with some guys, and then he went off by himself. And when he went off by himself, everybody's like, "Where's the prophet? Where's the prophet?" And then at dawn, he comes back and he says, "Oh, I was with the jinn, and I was teaching them Quran." Okay, that's called the night of the jinn, and this is a different situation. But he had interacted with these things before. He knew exactly what to do, and he knew how to protect Abdullah bin Mas'ud. He told them, "Stay inside this circle," which makes me think these things are not humans, but demons. Okay, jinns. They call them jinns. There's sometimes it calls them men, sometimes it calls them jinn. Because they put a circle like that, and that circle, because those things came up to Abdullah, they wanted to attack him, but they couldn't because of the circle, which means that there is some kind of a spiritual witchcraft thing going on there. And Muhammad knew all about it. Muhammad knew all about this witchcraft. He knew how to work this magic. He knew witchcraft, you guys. And the circle in the sand. It reminds me of a song by Belinda Carlisle in the 70s called Circles in the Sand. And I think that those were, I think she was singing about something demonic. And, Elton John has a song, "Draw Me Close, So Tiny Dancer." Circle in the sand, talks about circle in the sand or something there in that song, Tiny Dancer. All these demonic, all these guys are Satan worshipers. I'm not saying, I better be careful, but they got connections. But he said, okay, I better be careful. Okay, I said that they're saying. Now I read somewhere that Elton John in his house has a bunch of demonic stuff. Okay, I mean, like Satan pictures. I read that someplace. Is it right? It may not be right. I hope it's not right. But I think there is some blasphemy in his music, but he does sing "Power in the Blood" in his concerts. There's power in the blood. I don't know. Some people think I don't know, but he's married to a guy and living in homosexual sin. But anyway, all right. So, and about Belinda Carlisle, I don't know, but she does have a song, "Circle in the Sand," which whenever I heard it in the 70s or 80s, whenever that song came out, I always thought, sounds kind of witchcrafty. And but the Yazidis use that. It actually is a tool of their demonic worship, that they use that circle and they surround themselves with that circle to protect themselves from Satan. So Muhammad knew about it. How did he know about it? I don't know, but he knew. So anyway, he says that these men, some men, but do not talk to them, and they will not speak to you. He said, then the messenger went to where he wanted to go, And while I was sitting within the line, some men came to me and appeared as if they were from the Azut, a dark people, either from North Africa or India. See Tufat whatever. Both their hair and their bodies. I did not see nakedness nor covering. لا أرى عروة ولا أرى كشرا. Kishrin is like covering. Kishrin is also like peel, like a peel an orange. Like when you kishir is like the peel, the skin of the orange. So he's saying he didn't see nakedness and he didn't see clothing. Okay, they ended up before me, but did not pass the line. It's witchcraft. It's satanic, you guys. Then they returned toward the messenger. And when it was near the end of the night, the messenger came to me while I was sitting, and he said, I have been awake, watching all night. And he entered into the line with me and lay down on my thigh to sleep. And the messenger would snore when he slept. So while he was sitting there, there appeared some men wearing white garments, and Allah knows best how handsome they were. And they came towards me, and a group sat at the head of the messenger, and a group at his feet. Then they said to each other, we have never seen a slave given the likes of what this prophet was given, but his heart remains awake. He's asleep, but his heart remains awake. So, okay, now this isn't the version that I want. This is, let's see, I want to see where the Arabic is. الزبط خرج به إلى okay يكلمنا حيث أراد فبيننا إن جالس وأتاني رجال كأنهم الزبط. Let me see if I put this word, because I haven't been able to find it, you guys. I think Sunnah.com has caught on to the fact that this story is becoming so famous that they're trying to conceal it now. Okay, now is this the same one, Tirmidhi? This is Tirmidhi. Does anybody know where this story is in the other hadiths? Because I know this story is not just in the Tirmidhi. Okay, the story is not just in Tirmidhi. Okay, but I'm not able. I can't find it where the other places where it is found. I saw this. Okay, let me see if I can find the other. String. Okay, they began to ride the prophet. Okay, Sunnah.com. Okay, let me see if I could use this. I don't know if this is gonna work. Let me try this. Shoot, doesn't work. Oh, let me try this. Shoot. Sunnah2.com 262. Shoot. I'm not sure exactly where Musnad Ahmad, Sunan Abi Dawood 2501. Okay, let me look. Sunan Abi Dawood 2501. Because what I really want to see, 2501, what I really want to see is the Arabic. Sorry, I just came home from work, so I didn't have a chance to. Okay, that was 2501. Oops, 2507. Wait for that. 2544. 12. Okay, what about this? Okay, I don't see it here. It's not 2501. Um, um, Musnad Ahmed. Okay, 334, 332. Okay, let me look at there. Musnad Ahmed. Okay, what was it again? What was the number? Musnad Ahmed, 334, 332. Okay, 334. Okay. Um, look one more time. So okay, 334. Okay, 334. Okay, 334. Okay, 334. Okay, we passed it. Okay, 332. Okay, no, it's not here. 334. No, 336. Shoot. You know what? That you know what the Arabi hadith is different, has a different number than the Arabi hadith has a different number than than the English hadith. And so I'm trying to, oh, does this have it here? Islam one, okay. Musnad Ahmed. You know, I think it's that's the Arabic is what is it? Yeah, Islam Web. Musnad Abdullah bin Mas'ud. Oh, okay. Um, let me see if I can find that. IslamWeb.net. Sorry, guys, it's taking so long. You know what? I think they have tried to conceal this because I remember reading this. It wasn't this hard to find it, but now it's like I think they're aware. Uh, Camp AI Library. Camp AI Library. Library. Okay. Content 63599. I wish you could put that in the private chat, Abla. If you could put it on the private chat, I could just tap on it and I could open it. 63599. 63599. Musnad. I'm not sure if it's going to work. Oh, wow. I think it did work. Oh, okay. I think it did work. Okay, copy. Now I'll put this in I'm going to put this in Google Translate. And that way, okay, yep. Thank you, Abla. This does work. So this does work. So let me see. I wish. Oh shoot! I wish I could just. You know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and put it on here. I'm going to put it on here on screen so you guys can watch with me. Okay, this is the Google Translate. Sorry, this is a little bit small, difficult to watch, but let me just go ahead and read this one. Okay. Now, this was Musnad Ahmed. Okay. It says, Aram and Affan told, da, 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 da. Okay, perhaps it was, okay, on the authority of Abdullah bin Mas'ud. The messenger sent me on a mission, so we went out until I came to such and such a place. He drew a line for me and said, stay within this line and do not leave it, for if you leave it, you will perish. Okay. إذا خرجت هلكت. Yeah, in Arabic. منها. فإنك إن خرجت هلكت. اللي كن بين ظهر هذا لا تخرج. خط. فخط لي خطة. Okay, he made it a line, said, don't go outside or you will perish. Okay. Peace. Okay. Sent. Okay. You'll perish. So I stayed within it. The messenger went a short distance or something further or something to that effect. Then he mentioned a group of people as if they were the Zut. Afan said, or something to that effect, they were not wearing clothes and I could not see their private parts. Okay, عليهم قال وجعلوا okay فجعل عفان كما عفان okay ليس عليهم ثيابا ليس عليهم ثيابا there was no clothes on them ليس عليهم ثيابا ولا أرى سواتهم and I did not see their private parts. سواد قليل لحمهم. Okay, لحمهم. Okay. Okay. Your parents, okay. They're okay. And I did not see their private parts. They were tall and had little flesh. That means they were skinny. Okay. Okay. Soat. I mean, with Muhammad, it's always going to be something about that. You know, like on Judgment Day, everybody's going to be naked, looking at each other's private parts. That's what Muhammad, Aisha said, what? Are you going to be able to see everybody's private parts? And he said, yep, you're going to look at everybody's private parts. Now, this is the key word right here. فَجَعَلُوا يِرْكَبُونَ رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. Okay, this is the key word right here. فَجَعَلُوا يِرْكَبُونَ. This is the Arabic word I want to teach you, and I know you guys have heard it already, but I wanted you to hear it. Okay. And they began to ride on the messenger. The word is فَجَعَلُوا يِرْكَبُونَ. Okay, this is the key word right here. Yirkabun. So there was a bunch of these guys. Yirkabun. Irkab means to ride. Tirkab means you ride. Yirkab means he rides. Yirkabun means they ride. Okay. And so it says they فَجَعَلُوا they started riding on the messenger of Allah. The word is yirkabun, ride, the plural. They rode. Okay. They فجعل, okay. Where did it go again? Okay. وجعلوا يأتوني أو يميلون حولي ويعترضون لي قال عبد الله قال فأرعبت. Okay, so they came to Abdullah and he was terrified of them. فأرعبت منهم. Okay, I was terrified of them. رعبا شديدا, great terror. He was terrified of these guys. Okay, they came around me. Okay, and I was terrified of them. And so شديدا قال فجلست وكما. Okay. Okay, but the word that I was interested in, that I really want to focus is يركبون. Okay, فجعلوا يركبون. Okay, فجعلوا يركبون. That's the key word right there. And then it says that they also came to Abdullah bin Mas'ud. Okay, and then let's just go ahead and read the rest of this. They were not wearing clothes, and I could not see their private parts. They were tall and had little flesh. That means they were skinny. And they came and began to ride on the messenger of Allah, peace and blessings be on him, and zut be on him. And the Prophet of Allah, peace and blessings, began to recite to them. And they began to come to me and circle around me and approach me. Abdullah was terrified of them, so I sat down, or something to that effect. And when the first light of dawn appeared, they began to leave, or something to that effect. Yo, boy, yay, they don't know nothing, man. Then the messenger of peace and blessings came, heavy and in pain, or almost in pain, from what they mounted him. Yeah, boy, yay, I find myself heavy, or something to that effect. I'm going to read that in Arabic. كما قالوا عيني أو قال كنزي أخفى رسول الله. Okay. قال ثم إن رسول الله جاء ثقيلا وجعا. This is the other word that I want to look at. وجعا. جاء ثقيلا وجعا. Okay, he came heavy pain. ثقيلا, heavy with pain. وجعا. And it even says وجعا مما ركبوه, pain from their riding him. And it says here وجعا مما ركبوه, pain from them riding him. Okay. Okay. So these are the two words I want to look at. Okay. Rakabu, wajan. Okay. Those are the two words. I just want to look at them. Okay. So you guys saw it, that it's here. Muhammad came from what they mounted him. You know what? The way it says it in the Arabic, mimma rakabu. You know the way they translate rakabu here? They translate it mounted. So rakabu could be translated ride, and it can be translated mounted him. Here it translates it mounted him. Okay, so he was ridden, and he was mounted and he was in pain. Okay, and the word for pain is wajan. Okay, now, so I just want to show you other places where those words are used. And I just want to tell you this, what's his face, the cowboy, he wanted, disgusting, to bring, he says, and it says the word rakab is used in the Bible. It says Jesus rode the donkey. Okay. And you know what, you guys? Yes, Jesus rode the donkey. There's nothing wrong with riding a donkey. It's normal to ride a donkey. It's normal to ride a horse. It's normal to ride a camel. There's no problem with there's no problem with riding a horse. There's no problem with riding a donkey. But there is a problem when you are what's being ridden by 30 men. That's when it's a problem. The word ride is not a problem. And you know, one thing I heard the cowboy guy saying that this is like ancient word. No, it's not. It's a word that's used today. Very, very popular word. Everybody uses. Arkab sayara. Arkab sayara. I ride in the car. Okay. Arkab fitayara. I ride in the plane. Arkab tayara. You know, it's a word that's used very commonly. Okay, let me just put it how it is here. Arkab. Arkab. Okay, this is how Arkab means I ride. There's nothing wrong with it. And so he was trying to do, you know, like just kind of try to bring Jesus into it too. So he just wanted to kind of, is disgusting. But you know what? Jesus riding the donkey, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with riding a donkey. There's a problem when 30 men ride you. When 30 men or demons ride on you, that's a problem. Okay, so the word irkab isn't the problem. The problem is who's being markub, who is being ridden. And in this case, it is Muhammad who's being ridden, according to this hadith. According to this hadith, okay, and they rode on him. And so, so anyway, because he said that, I wanted to show you that the word irkab is not some strange word that from ancient times, but it is a common word that is used very commonly. You know, let me just show it to you. Let me just show it to you in the hadith. In the hadith, okay, that this word irkab is used very much, many times, and it's very clear. Okay, I'm going to put yarkab. Okay. Okay, here's the word yarkab. الظهر yarkab, and here's talking about the milk camels. Okay, an animal may be ridden. There is the word. Okay. الظهر يركب. So that means it can be ridden. Okay, so it's not an uncommon word. This is the same thing. A mount may be ridden. Okay, ظهر يركب. Okay, الذي يركب. Okay, very common word used, and it is, you know, الظهر يركب. Okay, it's what you do to animals. It's very common. It's not something strange. It's not some, like the word يضربوهن, اضربوهن, hit them. That's not some mysterious word from ancient times. It's a very popular word. It's a very common word. It's one of the most common words in the Arabic language. It's one of the most famous words kids learn, because you know kids are always hitting each other, and the mother's always telling a guy, don't hit your sister. لا تضربها. لا تضرب أختك. So the word أضربون is used very common. And this word, irkab, اركب البسكليت, ride the bike. Okay, so it's a very common word. Okay, very, very common word. So, so when they rode upon, okay, this is in the hadith. الظهر يركب. Okay, so anyway, a riding animal. Riding animal can be ridden. The word is yurkab. It's the same word that is used about what these Zuk guys did to Muhammad. Okay, then so let's also go to the Quran because it's also used in the Quran. Okay, so let's go. Let me show you. Okay. Quran. Okay. I put it in Arabic. أركب. يبني أركب معنا. Okay. I think it'd be better maybe تجري بهم و. Okay, let me see this in Arabic. Let me go ahead and put this up here so you guys can see it. Okay. All right. يبني أركب معنا ولا تكن مع الكافرين. Okay. 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 نوح ابني وكان في معزل يبني أركب معنا. Okay. It says, and the ark sailed with them through waves like mountains. And there's some come aboard with us. Okay, so the word here, معزلا يبني اركب معنا. Okay, اركب. Okay, this is Noah talking to his son. He's on the ark and he's telling his son, come ride with us, like come and ride or be on the ark with us. So here it's like being on a ship, riding on a ship, riding on a boat. Okay, Noah is telling his son, Yebni irkab ma'ana, ride with us, ride with us, ride with us. Dun, dun. You know that song? Okay, okay. He's got a ticket to ride. He's got a ticket to ride. Okay. I'm gonna look for another. Okay, yarkab. Okay, here is Yasin. Okay, okay, and created for them similar things to ride. Okay, وخلق لهم من مثل ما يركبون. Yirkabun, to ride. It's the exact same word that's used about what the Zuk did to Muhammad. Yirkabun. Yirkabun. Okay, they ride, and it's it's they ride. Okay, Yirkabun. Okay, so what was the before? Okay, it's talking about a ship again. Talking about ship, so you can ride on a ship. Okay, so again, it's talking about the ship. You can ride on the ship. So so that's kind of the idea that you get on the ship. Okay. Okay, here's Yasin. Okay, we have subjected some animals, so you may ride, some you can eat. Rakubahum. Okay, this is the same root word. Yirkab, it's rakub. Okay, the riding of them. Okay. Some you eat and some you ride on. Rakubahum. You can hear the same root word. Yirkab rakubahum. Rakubahum. Some, it's the same root word as yirkab. Just to show you that this word that, just because those guys were trying to say yirkab means that these demons were all, they were so eager to hear the Quran and they were like all crowding around him and trying, we want to hear the Quran. and he was in so much pain from, they wanted to hear the Quran. That's what they were saying, but this word is used in the Quran. It means to ride. Ride with me. Ride with me. Okay. That's what it means, you guys. So let me show you some more. Okay. Okay. So, okay. يركبونهم. Okay. Let me يركبون. 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 Okay. Okay. All form hearts not grieve. Okay. 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 Here it says الخيل والبغل والحمار لا تركبوها لا تركبوها. He says we give you the horse and the donkey لا تركبوا, to ride them. That's the same word. That is what the Zut did to Muhammad. It's what's used in the Arabic, in the Sunnah, and it's in the Quran so many times about what you do riding on donkeys, riding on horses, riding on ships. Lots about riding on ships, riding on Noah's Ark. All of these are talking about riding on things. And it's the same word about that's in the Sunnah about what the Zut did to Muhammad. Yirkabunun. Okay. So now the other word I wanted to show you. Okay. The other word I wanted to show you is waja. Now I don't know. I did not look to see if it's in the Quran. Waja. Waja is pain. Okay. See, waja. Okay. Now you see they're making it waja. Ja'al is different from waja. Waja means pain. Okay. Now I know that it is in the hadith, but I don't know if the word there's other words for pain in Arabic. There's the word alam. Alam. Okay, there's the word alam. Alam also means pain in Arabic. Or ALM, at the beginning of some of the surahs, ALM. You could say that's alam, which means pain, which reading the Quran definitely does cause pain. Let me see if I can, let me see if I put the English word pain, if it, pain, suffering. Okay, 217. Afflicted by pain. Okay, let's see how they write this in Arabic. I don't know. Okay, dar. Okay, so there's different ways to say pain. But in the hadith, the word waja is used. And so I just kind of wanted to show you that, where it says that Muhammad was in pain, where it says Muhammad was in pain after his encounter with these guys. The word pain is used again in the Sunnah, in the Hadith. Let me see if I can find it here for you. Okay. I know there's one place I definitely want to show you. Let me see if I find it. Okay. Oh, الوجع. Okay. The messenger. Okay. I do not see anyone else being afflicted with more severe illness than Allah's messenger. Okay. And the word for his illness, pain, is waja. Waja. She never saw anyone suffer like Muhammad, such pain. Okay. And the word is waja, which is the same word that Muhammad used to describe when these things rode on him. Okay. Let me see. Let me just find. I just want to. Waja, thaqilan waja, heavy with pain. Called thumma. You know, it's so amazing. Okay, right here. Thaqilan waja'an. ويكاد إن يكون وجعا مما ركبوه. Okay, and it says it's the pain of those that rode him, of what those that rode him, from those that rode him. I'm going to put the Arabic here. Some of you guys read Arabic, so you guys know what this says. Okay, here's ثقيلا وجعا أو يكاد إن يكون وجعا مما ركبوه. This is what the hadith says. If you're a Muslim, leave Islam yesterday. Leave Islam. This is what Muhammad did. 30 of these guys are riding him. 30 of these guys are riding him. And the word for pain is waja'an. Waja'. Okay. So anyway, leave Islam yesterday. Okay, there's the word waja. But there's another place where that word is used, and I want to make sure and show it to you. Okay, if you're a Muslim, leave Islam yesterday. This, for those of you who are Muslims and you don't know this story, okay, I could show it to you in Arabic, I could show it to you in English. It's in there so many times, and it talks about Muhammad going out to the desert and with his friend Abdullah bin Mas'ud. He draws a circle around him to protect him from these demons that are going to come attack him. Okay, and the circle protects Abdullah bin Mas'ud. These demons try to attack Abdullah, but they can't penetrate because of the circle. This is a well-known trick in witchcraft. Okay, but those things, according to this hadith, these things start riding on Muhammad. Rakabuhu. And then he has so much pain because of their riding. There was so much pain because of the riding, of them riding him. He was in Taqil and Waja. He was in so much pain because of, and the word is Waja. Waja, pain, very common word. Alam, Waja. Okay, and so here let's look at a couple more times where this word is used here. Okay, Allah, if my time has come, then grant me relief, raise me. Okay, okay. Wa ana waja, wa ana aqul. Okay, okay. Grant me relief if my time has come. Grant me relief. Talking about my pain. El waja, bad. ذلك الوجع, that pain. Okay, here it is. Suffered that pain. Here's the word. Oops. I can't really show it to you, but it's right here. That pain. الوجع. Okay. So that's another word in Arabic to learn. Irkab, يركبون, and waja. Okay. Aisha said, I don't know. So anyway, severe pain. It says رأيت أحدا الوجع عليه. Okay, so the word waja. Muhammad was in great pain from what the Zut did to him. Okay, pain in the eyes. Okay. Waja, min waja can be while he was in that sacred, okay, because of pain, because of the pain, min el waja. Okay, so pain is waja. That's what it says in the hadith about Muhammad's experience. And the pain was from the riding. The pain was from the riding, according to this hadith. Okay. It's like I put it there for you guys to see. The pain is from the riding. Okay. Somebody put no pain, no gain. No pain, no gain. Abla, can you translate this? Because Abla speaks Arabic too. Can you translate what this says right here? Okay, but I tell you, the most amazing part is waja'an mimma rakabuhu, the pain from their riding of him. The pain from their riding of him. If you're a Muslim, please don't be mad at me. Please leave Islam today. Please leave Islam today. This is your prophet. Leave Islam today, please. إذا أنت مسلم اترك الإسلام اليوم. هذا المكتوب عن محمد إن الزت ركبوه شوف شو مكتوب ثقيلا وجعا أو يكاد إن يكون وجعا مما ركبوه. الجن كان ولا الزط كانوا يركبوه وكان موجوعا، كان وجع من عشان ركبوه. اترك الإسلام اليوم، اترك الإسلام، ما تتردد. تعال المسيح اليوم. Come to Jesus today. يا باجي يا باجي يا باجي. So, and it made me mad that this guy was trying to justify Muhammad's actions by saying that Jesus rode a donkey. There's nothing wrong with riding a donkey. The Quran is full of people riding donkeys. Even Muhammad rode on the flying magic donkey. There's nothing wrong with riding a donkey, but there's a problem when you have 30 men riding you, which is what happened to Muhammad. So, according to this hadith, okay, just I don't want no Muslims to get mad at me. Maybe some of my relatives are watching. I don't want you to get mad at me, so I'm going to show you one more time that this is from your hadith. This is from your hadith. It's not from me. I didn't make this up. Okay? If you read Arabic, here's the Arabic. Okay? Look what it says in the Arabic here. Okay? عليهم. Look what it says in Arabic. ليس عليهم ثياب. الزط كأنهم الزط قال عفان أو كما قال عفان إن شاء الله. ليس عليهم ثياب ولا أرى سوءاتهم، يعني ما شافوش شغلاتهم. طوالا قليل لحمهم، يعني كانوا ضعاف. قال فأتوا فجعلوا يركبون رسول الله، فجعلوا يركبون رسول الله. وشوف شو مكتوب هين. اوكي اوكي جاء ثقيلا وجعا او يكاد إن يكون وجعا مما ركبوه. إذا أنت مسلم، إذا أنت مسلم اترك الإسلام اليوم. If you're a Muslim, leave Islam today. This is in your books. Christians didn't make this up. We could not come up with something like this. I could not see their private parts. They were tall, had little flesh. Then they began to ride the messenger of Allah, began to recite to them. Okay, so he's reading Quran while they were riding him, and they began to come to me and circle around me and approach me. Abdullah, I was terrified. So I sat down, something to that effect. Then, the first light of dawn, they began to leave. The messenger came, heavy in pain from what they mounted him, from their mounting of him. He said, I find myself heavy, or something to that effect. Then the messenger of Allah placed his head in my lap. Oh, yeah. Yo, boy, yeah. So he put his head in his lap. Let me see. I want to see how it says that in Arabic. مثلا okay, let's see. حنين بعد وكم قال وقد أخفى رسول الله عليه وسلم فرعبت منهم أشد مما رعبت المرة الأولى ثقيلا وجعا لما ركبوا قال إني لا أجدني ثقيلا ثم قال فوضع رسول الله عليه السلام راسه في حجري راسه في حجري put his head in my حجري on my lap. He put his head on his lap. يا بيي يا بيي. Okay, so there was two words, you guys. Waja, pain. Yarkabun, ride, a painful ride, the ride of pain. The ride of pain. You know, I just want to see a little bit of those guys talking, and just because, what a joke. What a joke. So let's just watch those guys a little bit, and you'll see, I don't usually do commentaries like on stuff like this, but these guys, man.
There were men dressed in white garments. Allah knows best how their beauty, who came to me. Some sat near his head, some sat near his feet. Hadith continues to go on, and it's
that they rode him all night, and he came all kind of beaten and disheveled, and this is the hadith that I've had missionaries quote to me. Have you come across that particular hadith?
Yes, no, and this is one of the versions
Yeah.
of the same hadith.
But I think this is the most important part of it, the hadith that
Okay.
we should address. The
Yes.
idea.
This is classic, you guys, because the cowboy, he came with the most neutral, the most least disgusting telling of this. He went to the Tirmidhi version. The Tirmidhi version it's definitely not clean, but it is much more sanitized than the Ahmad bin Hanbal version. And so it was funny. The cowboy came with this sanitized version, and he didn't read the whole thing. He just read the easy parts, the pain, and but the neat thing, and we got to give thanks actually to Hamza, he pushed back on the cowboy and said, no, let's talk about the riding and the pain. ركبوا وجعا. Okay.
Idea of riding, and they use this Arabic word to mean riding, and then they use their minds to translate this word, interpret the word, should I say. So I feel
okay, they use their minds to interpret the word riding. They don't have to use their minds, they use the Quran. The Quran tells you it's how you ride on Noah's Ark. It's how you ride on a ship. It's how you ride on a donkey. It's how you ride on a horse. It's how you ride on a mule. And then if you go to the hadith, it's how you ride on, hey, forgive me for saying it. You know, there's another, you guys, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me for saying this. But this is in Al-Qurtubi. And it says that the woman, that's how the same, it says the woman is like the naka, here, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me for saying this, but I'm doing this. It's an educational thing, It's an educational thing. Here's what it says. It says a woman may be compared to a cow, horse, or camel, for all are ridden. This is in Al-Qurtubi. For all are ridden. And the word is yurkab. Yurkab. So in the Arabic, when you say yurkab, turkab, about a woman, it means to have sexual intercourse with her. Okay. This is an Al-Qurtubi. A woman may be compared to a cow, horse, or camel, for all are ridden. This is in Tafsir Al-Qurtubi. Okay. And so also, so the Quran, the Hadith, it all says the same thing. Okay. Oops. Let me see. I want to save this. Okay. Yeah, bug you. Got to go to the English here. Reading, woman, ridden. Okay. So anyway, so this guy's saying that in our minds, we twisted the word yirkabun to make it something. No, the Quran says it. The Hadith says it. Everybody says it. Everybody knows. Because this guy doesn't talk Arabic. I talked to him. He doesn't talk Arabic. I talked to him once, and then they kicked me out of the room. But they did invite me to go back to his room, but I was busy that day. So, but listen again to what he says here.
The
Yes.
idea of riding, and they use this Arabic word to mean riding, and then they use their minds to translate this word, interpret the word, should I
They use their minds to interpret. No, use the Quran to interpret the word.
say. So I feel that is the most important part, personally,
Yes, let me.
because that is the where the derogatory remarks emanate from.
So the hadith that mentions this other wording, so the one I got was in Tirmidhi's collection, at-Tabari as well, and most of the scholars, like Imam al-Bayhaqi, he says that this is weak. I'm trying to find, there was a muhaddith from the time of the Hanabila early on who did consider this authentic. And I'm going to try to find the hadith right now.
So it's either da'if, but some consider it authentic.
That exactly.
See, that's the Islamic sources. They're untrustworthy. They don't know what to trust and what not to.
Has the.
But what's interesting is the cowboy tried to go with the most sanitized telling of the story. But Hamza forced him to tell the real filthy one.
Because I feel that's
wording.
I feel that one needs to be addressed, because that is the word riding is what's in contention here. Their sick interpretation of it, and we're here now to
Sick interpretation. The Quran says, يركبوا الفرس, يركبوا الحمار, يركبوا الجحش, يركبوا الفلك, يركبوا السفينة. It says you ride the donkey, ride the mule, ride the cow, ride the woman, ride the boat, ride the ark. This is all in the Quran, guys.
show them how their sick minds got to this.
Sick minds. Sick minds. It's in the Quran. It's in the Hadith. Ya Ammi.
It says Musnad Imam Ahmad.
Okay.
Okay, Musnad Imam.
So it's still on Abdullah bin Mas'ud. He asked the Messenger of Allah, سألت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم, من أول الناس أتاك? He says, who are the first to come to you amongst the creation? And then he, قال, jinn, right? They were the jinn. Okay, and of the Nasibin, which was a group from amongst them. Then the Messenger of Allah said that I was called to recite the Quran. Then to the jinn.
Right.
Okay, and this is in Musnad Imam Ahmed.
Yeah.
This is also going back to the valley outside of Mecca.
Yeah.
Okay, and then he drew a line for me and said, "Sit here and do not move until I come back."
Right.
All right. While I was sitting in my place, there came men dark in color, as if they were from Al-Zut, as if. Right. He's making a comparison.
Yeah.
Right, and they began writing upon the messenger of Allah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. When the pillar of dawn appeared, they went away, and the messenger of Allah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
Well, if you look at Hamza's face, if you look at Hamza's face while he's listening to this cowboy, he knows that he's BSing. He knows that he's just trying to avoid the embarrassment. And he knows he's not going to get a good answer from this guy, no matter how nice his hat is. No matter how nice his cowboy hat is, he knows. Look at his face. It's like he's saying, "Dude, I know you're going to embarrass us here."
Came back feeling pain from that they had written upon him. He said the Quran
Pain they've written upon.
was revealed to me and was recited to the jinn.
MashaAllah.
In the hadith.
Right. So the claim of the missionary at this point is that these were black men.
Right.
With long private parts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But the hadith
is not even mentioned in the
I mean, the narrator of the hadith says he didn't see their private parts. So how they
Isn't that beautiful? The hadith is so beautiful. It's so beautiful and pure. It says he didn't see their private parts. It's so beautifully said.
get the length of a private part? I have no idea.
The length of the private part. Ya ya Hamza, fadahatna.
And like you said, looked as if they were from this place. So
As if, yeah, who cares? Who cares? They rode upon him. That's what matters.
that was a near.
As if is like where Muhammad Hijab says, prayed upon or prayed to,
He could come up with regards to their appearance. Okay, now the key is riding, right? So I think that's the point to be focused on, because that's the point they're sick.
So today, if I'm like with you in East London, where in London are you from?
I'm in East London.
Okay, if someone was
see how you have to change the subject, pretend you care what part of London he's from. Look at his face, like he's saying, "Please don't embarrass me here."
was to say in East London, I'm sure it would be the same as from Texas. If we're sitting with our mates, you'll call them mates, right? We say partners, bros. And
about guys, partners, bros. We call them partners, bros, because he's a cowboy. We call them partners and bros. You guys call them mates. I think they call them mates in Australia. I don't think they do in London, but I could be wrong about that. But this is so embarrassing, man. This is so embarrassing, man.
Said, "Hey, man, this person was," they use it colloquially. And I don't even want to talk like this because as Muslims, we have a higher standard of talking.
Higher standard. Yes, your books are such a high standard. Your books are such a high standard. What it says about what Jibreel did to Miriam is such a high standard. Yes, you're so right. And what it says in this hadith about yirkabuna.
Anyway, but if someone was to say somebody rode somebody, and you're talking with your bros, what would that mean usually?
It means when somebody rode. Yeah, but he's throwing the ball back to Hamza now. What does it mean when somebody rides somebody? Yeah, but
Today's speech.
In today's speech, what does it mean when somebody rides somebody?
Used. This is the whole point. Why are we getting to the word ride?
Why do we get into the word ride? Because it's in the hadith. Because you're the one who's been talking about it for half an hour.
Get into the word ride. I mean, first thing is, what's the Arabic word used? This is the key.
Oh, so
Arabic word is yarkabunahu.
We shouldn't be worried on what the translation's saying.
No, what we should
be working on what the translation said. Yeah, boy. So you don't even want to go back to the original word to see what It's about you.
Worry about first of all, what is the Arabic word? What is the Arabic word?
يركبون. In the
Yaqub.
hadith,
Yarkabun. There's the word.
what it says is يركبون.
Yaqubun. Well,
You know what, you guys? This is precious. This is so precious, man. It's so precious for all the Muslims that are going to watch it, especially the Arabic speaking ones who know how to read Arabic. It's so great that they're doing this. Really, seriously. Thank you, Hamza. Thank you, Cowboy. Really, this is awesome. I could not have paid you to make something better than this. This is awesome because Muslims are going to see this because they trust you guys and they're going to see exactly what has been said about this to be true. And your defense is so pathetic. And your attempt to twist is so pathetic with mates and bros and put the word there. Thank you for putting the word there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you, Hamza, for pushing the subject to expose this in a multilingual fashion from Saudi Arabia, from the cradle of Islam. Because they're doing this in Saudi Arabia, you guys.
what does Yaqubun mean in English?
It has multiple meanings, and I think this is.
Oh, let me
where,
rephrase the question. What could it mean?
yes.
Ah,
It could-
yes. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. What could it mean? Ah, yes.
could mean to ride or to get upon a mounting animal.
Right, right.
To ride or to mount the animal?
And in Lisan al-Arab, it also means
Arab?
to crowd
To
up.
crowd up. Crowd up. To crowd
Yes.
up. Okay. Now we know Christians struggle with context of things. We know.
And you
Christians struggle with context. Of course we do. We need
know
your
why?
help.
It has
Well-
why? Because on a mounted animal, especially horses, you would never find people except more than 2 or less people riding a mounted
Right.
horse, which would be muthanna, yarkabani. But here,
Oh, okay. This guy doesn't speak Arabic. He doesn't know what he's talking about. But Yurkibani, okay, so it's 2 people. So this word is not used when it's talking about what the Zut did to Muhammad. They don't use Yurkibani, which means, you know what that means, you guys? There was not 2 of these Zuts jumping on him. There was like 30 of them. So this whole Yurkabani about this is talking about 2 persons are riding on Muhammad, but he's saying that this isn't the word that's used, and it's not. So
the wording used is yarkabuna, which is jama, which is plural.
Plural.
So
3 or more.
if you were to use something, you couldn't have so many different things riding one at the same time.
So many things, so many zups. The word is yurkabun, which is plural. And thank you, because I'll be honest, my Arabic isn't perfect. So I did not know that if you have 2, if there was only, I did not know, okay, that if there was only, if there was only 2 zuts, that you cannot use the word yurkabun. You have to use yurkaban. I didn't know that. So he did teach me something there. Okay. So yurkaban is if there's 2 zuts riding on him. But if it's 3 to 300, then it's yurkabun. So this guy clarified it. And if there's any Muslims watching, especially my relatives, I know you think, what a jerk Steve is. What a jerk Steve is laughing like this. I know that. But I'm telling you guys, you need to see that this is what your books say about your prophet Muhammad, that you are willing to die for. And you need to see that this is laughable. And you need to leave this religion. I know you're angry at me. I know you hate me. You think I'm a jerk. I know. And I don't blame you. I was that way too. But look at what your books say about Muhammad. Why do you want to follow a man like this?
Time. So the meaning, it couldn't even be the riding, like if you're riding it like a horse, like not even derogatorily, even the just idea of riding a horse, riding a camel, it wouldn't be.
But it's also used about women. When you ride a woman, it is used that way too. Qurtubi says that.
Possible for 10
Yeah, but-
plus people to ride.
But before we even get to that,
Like it was about 30, right?
before we even get to that, so we've got this word, Arabic word here, and it's got two meanings: either crowded around, or it means to mount.
Crowded around. It's not crowded around. Yirkabun means ride.
As if you're going to mount a camel or a horse. Okay. Mount
Or a ship or a woman.
here means exactly that. It doesn't mean what it means in England today, in English today. That it can have a derogatory term. Okay.
Correct.
If I'm not wrong, in the Arabic Bible, the same term is used when Jesus mounted a donkey or something.
Donkey. There's nothing wrong with mounting a donkey. There's nothing wrong with mounting a donkey, you donkey. There's nothing wrong with mounting a donkey. The problem is when 30 men mount you, that's when there's a problem.
Okay, I think it used the same Arabic word. So we know it can have two meanings. Now, again,
Okay, but when Jesus rode on the donkey, it wasn't about the donkey being around him. It was he rode the donkey, and there's nothing wrong with that. Quran talks about it. Muhammad rode the donkey. Aisha rode the camel. Hafsa rode the camel. Muhammad rode the camel. Abu Bakr rode the camel. It's all over. Yurkab, 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 yurkab. Same word. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem is when you got 30 men riding him. That's when it's a problem. 30 zooks.
no Christians struggle with ambiguous statements. They just see everything's explicit, and then they ignore explicit, and they fish in ambiguous. Okay, so how do
Ambiguous. What's ambiguous about this story?
we work out which one it is? Well, we look at the situation. What's going on?
Because of this riding. Because of this riding, he was in great pain because of this riding. That's what the hadith says. You know, I put it on here. Let me put it on here again. Let me put it on here again. Okay. I know I put it on here. It's in Arabic and you guys don't understand it, but in case there's an Arab here who's reading, who can read this, you know, it says it so well. Shoot, where did we go? Mimma rakabuhu. Mimma rakabuhu. He was great pain because of their riding of him. That's what that the hadith says. Shoot. Where is it? I don't know if I'm going to find it. Yes. Mimma rakabuhu. Because of their riding of him, he was in great pain. You know what? I've been on his program a couple times, and they invited me to go on, and I usually don't like this guy very much, but I like him today. I like him today. I like that he's not letting this guy get away with anything. So let me see if I can get this again. Mimma rakabuhu. Let me see. Mimma rakabuhu. Okay. Waja'an mimma rakabuhu. Okay. Okay. Waja'an. Jet. ثقيلا وجعا مما ركبوه. Okay. It says he was in extreme pain from their mounting of him. That's what it says. That's what it says, in extreme pain from their riding of him. ثقيلا وجعا أو يكاد إن يكون وجعا مما ركبوه. Pain from their riding of him. That's what the hadith says.
Here. So what happened? What did the Prophet ﷺ do that resulted in these jinn surrounding him, crowding him, or whatever, doing whatever they did? What caused that? What was the point of it? What
They wanted him, because he knew that they were going to be there and they were waiting for him. He knew they were going to be there. I mean, did he go there every night? Did he go there every night? How did he know they were going to be there that night?
What was he doing?
For an entire night.
Doing what?
For an entire night. That he's totally defending Muhammad here.
No, what was he doing?
That's what I'm saying. For what would he could have been doing for an entire, even not just what was he doing, but he did it for the entire night from Isha.
No, but was he?
As Ibn Masud said, until the pillar of dawn, meaning all the way until Fajr.
Subhanallah.
Yeah.
But what meaning? What
This is funnier than I thought, man. This is funnier than I thought. This guy is making the situation so much worse. And, I heard that these guys actually flew to Mecca to videotape this. I heard they flew to Mecca to videotape this. And I can just see Hamza's head is about ready to blow up saying, dude, you're not helping things. You're not helping things here. It's like, just shut up, say something right, okay? It's like, you're not helping things here. You're making it worse. Because this guy said, yeah, they did it all. It's a Lionel Richie. They must have had a Lionel Richie song. All night long.
what was he doing? Was he reciting Quran?
He was reciting Quran.
Right. So
Oh, he
let's
recited
say now the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu he's gone into the desert. He's told Imam Masud to stay there, and he's gone out and he's recited the Quran, and then all these jinns have what's the word again? Yakribun?
Yarkabun.
Yorkabun him. Now let's look at context. What seems more viable? The idea that someone's reciting the Quran and all these people come and then they want to ride him like a horse, or they want to crowd and listen to the Quran. Subhanallah. So we've got two choices here. We look at the context of the whole statement here. It's only a weird mind that can just dismiss crowding.
The weird mind also has to, he said, had to dismiss crowding, but you also have to dismiss the fact that he was in unbearable pain. He was in unbearable pain. And there have been many times where people were around Muhammad and he was preaching to them, and he was not in unbearable pain from people being around him. He was not in unbearable pain, for instance, at the Satanic Verses situation, when all those people were around him listening to him. He wasn't in tremendous pain. When he was at the mosque preaching and, when he got kicked out of his house for having an affair with Maria the Copts, and there were tons of people around him at the mosque, he wasn't in terrible pain from having people around him, crowding around him. He always had people crowding around him. That did not cause him pain. There was something these guys did, which is the other meaning of yarkabun, or the more 99% meaning of yarkabun, which causes pain. So,
and the idea that they say, oh, he was kind of disheveled, bruised, or
wasn't disheveled and bruised. He was in horrible pain. Waj'an taqilan waj'an.
He was feeling pain.
He was feeling pain.
The word in there in the hadith does say that there was some pain that he was feeling, like he was waj'un.
Yeah.
Waj'an. See, he used the word waj'an. Waj'an.
Like there was some pain from what they did to him.
Yeah, so imagine you're there.
What they did to him. I'm so glad you guys went to Mecca to film this.
Everyone's like trying to hear. The driver's getting close.
They wanted to hear the Quran so bad.
And not just that. Like,
Yeah.
the reason I mentioned that earlier, from Isha until Fajr. We're
Subhanallah.
talking like 7-8 hours.
Subhanallah. And
Amazing. You were riding him all night. All right, you guys. This was too much fun. Emmanuel. Emmanuel. How do you? We don't talk like that here. Are you reading another hadith? Hadith will remove sunnah, but we have. Wow. Thank you for getting that. Wow. Seriously, you guys, this was just too funny, man. I could do this for another hour, but I got to go to work early tomorrow. So, jeez, that was unbelievable. All right. And I just want to say here, Truth Defender, Yarkabun, the root word rakaba are used to imply sexual mounting. Rakib was still used for sexual innuendos, as an Arab who studied Arab history can confirm. It's true. It's true. You know, it really is used like that. So it's a story that Dawah hopes will just go away. Well, you know what? Going to Mecca, bringing two of your top spokesmen, Dawah experts, including a Texan, and a Londonite, two of your most well-known Dawagandists, to Mecca, to the holy city of Mecca, to do this is not the way to make it go away. And you know what, you guys? This is going to make so many Muslims are going to see this now. So many Muslims are going to see this now and just say, what the heck? What the heck is this? And they're going to go read it. You know, let me just put it up for them just in case they want to read it. You guys, this is really super fun, man. Really, seeing these guys was like, dang. And here's the Arabic and here's the English, you guys. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot right now. If you're a Muslim, take a screenshot right now. And then go read it. And then here's the rest of it in English, if you need it. Take a screenshot. And leave Islam yesterday. Come to the true living God who loves you and died for you. Yes. So, all right, you guys. Well, thank you for being here. And if you haven't done it, you should have done it by now. If you haven't done it, say, Jesus, help me. Jesus, forgive me. Like this sign, Jesus saves. Jesus, save me. Jesus, save me. Jesus, save. See? Say, Jesus, save me. Jesus, help me. Jesus, forgive me. Jesus, come into my heart. Jesus, help me. Jesus, forgive me. Jesus, come into my heart. Yes, sir. Truth Defender, dude. يسوع ساعدني. يسوع سامحني. يسوع ادخل قلبي. We love you, but much more importantly, he loves you. Have a great night, you guys.